this is actually a deck list from the top 8 of that event. And I have been relatively low on Gruul over the past couple of weeks because I think that Gruul likely has a poor Convoke matchup, and it's been traditionally bad against blue-white control and creativity, which are natural responses to Convoke being played. So even though I'm not necessarily in the camp that Gruul is well positioned, but this list looked super cool. It did well in the event, and it's an idea that I've had in my head for a little while, but I haven't really put it to paper yet. And the concept here is we're basically like the standard Gruul deck, Chariot, Akroan War, Bonecrusher, Stormseeker, Lovestruck, Elves. You're used to all those cards. There's a card that you might notice that we're missing. It's Sky Sovereign, which is, has been a fixture of the Gruul deck over the past however long. It's since the Arcee in Atlanta. That's when Gruul kind of burst onto the scene. But we've decided to cut Sky Sovereign for a new card, Voldaren Thrillseeker. And the idea here is it allows you to kill people much quicker, because when you pair it with Bonecrusher or Chariot, it just domes them for 5. Domes them for 6 because it's backup 2. And then being able to put counters on stuff, just allowing you to pressure more. It kind of makes sense. We've gone up to the 4 Akroan War. Like, this is a much more aggressive version because we're cutting the 5s and lowering the curve. We even shaved the land down to 23 because we cut the 5 drops. And then the other new card here is a couple copies of Invasion of Ixalan, which is a way to, it's 2 mana, and then so it finds you any permanent card, which is basically everything except the 1 copy of Abrade. And then if you can commit 1 attacker, the defensive 4 is really perfect because we have Migloz and Bonecrusher Giant and Chariot, which all commit to flipping it without having to, spend an entire combat phase flipping it. It's just 1 creature. And the backside's pretty good. It's a nice little threat that helps you push through some damage, has trample. So that is kind of the idea. Now, the one thing I will say that's awkward about cutting boat is Akroan War is specifically really powerful when you can combine it with a vehicle, because on Chapter 3, you can respond to the 3rd chapter, use the creature that you stole to crew a boat, and then it's tapped before the 3rd chapter goes off. So Akroan Wars are a little bit less good when you're cutting boat. However, Thrillseeker is also specifically very powerful with Akroan War because you can play Akroan War, steal their thing, and then the following turn you can play Thrillseeker to put counters on the thing that you stole and then fling it at them. So it's like you're making your Akroan Wars worse by cutting boats, but you're making them better by adding Thrillseeker. So it's kind of a wash there. And then as far as the sideboard is concerned, nothing too crazy is going on here. We have a Gigantha, Stonebrain for creativity, Hearse for Greasefang, Bankbuster for Rakdos, End the Festivities for Boros, and then some removal spells against spirits. So, all right, hand's good. I don't even remember what year did this song come out in. 1995. Jesus Christ. 1995, chat. Song is older than, maybe not the majority of people in chat, but at least some people in chat. It probably is older than. Not me, but. Temple of Malice, turn 1. Did you forget the scry? I'm going to do that I'm going to do that in Dallas. Every time my opponent plays Haunted Ridge on turn 1, I'm going to say, did you forget the scry? Instant judge call. Was that unsportsmanlike conduct? For F8 value? Yeah, but my opponent's not even F8'd. So, like, you know what I mean? I know it's kind of weird to play the Mutavault there. Maybe I should have played it last turn, but... Stop! Are we putting counters on Mutavault here? If attack with Elf. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I think I'm putting counters on Mutavault here. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know if this is right, but let's do it. Counters here. Jam for 4. It's nice to do this when they don't have Fatal Push up. I did miss 1 damage last turn. Okay. Representing Fatal Push, huh? Do I have enough to animate both and Thrillseeker? Animate... No, I'm 1 short. Okay, let's just go animate this. Send both, pick up Gigantha. Is that a strawberry shirt? No, this is a DreamHack shirt. In preparation for going to the DreamHack this week. Maybe I'll get some more swag. Cool. If they cast Bonecrusher, I could just go Mutavault, make it a 6/6. Which, now that they've done this, I might do that anyways. Are you gonna do Chump Block with your Fable token? I'm down. Could have Dome Shot at them for 6, but I don't think I want to do that. And now if they play Shieldred, I can just stand up the Mutavault and say, what do you want to trade? I'm down with that. They have another Fatal Push? Alright, I'll play around Fatal Push. Go. I'm gonna steal it. Oh yeah, right. If they get Shieldred, I'll probably just draw Akroan War. But honestly, like, is Shieldred even good on this board? I can just attack with Giganta and Mutavault. Yeah. Shieldred not even good on this board. It's a good draw. Yeah, I'm never animating this Mutavault into open mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's go Migloz. Blow up Reflection and then cast this. Yeah, let's do all this. Yeah, Migloz kill Fable, which they can still push the Migloz, but whatever, that's fine. Sure. Broken. Yeah, this is the list from the EU thing. Surely they don't have a third Fatal Push. Surely they don't have a third Fatal Push. Just take it all. Deal. Go. So they're at 7. Yeah. Okay, their plan is double block the Mutavault. Give me a Akroan War up the top. Akroan War me, daddy. 2 free for the bean. 2 free for the bean. See ya. Is that a good draw stat, chat? Is that a good draw? See ya. Nice Rakdos deck, opponent. How's the invasion perform so far? It's been okay. It's been okay. Like, the nice thing about it is it's a little bit of card selection, but whoa, shit. Earthquake. It's a little bit of card selection, but also offers you an additional threat, which is kind of nice. And the nice thing about having 4 defense, as opposed to any number higher than 4, is you have Chariot, Bonecrusher, and Migloz that just one-shot it without having to commit multiple attackers, which is nice. Bring in the Bussy, the Clussy, the Sussy, maybe? I don't think I like the Sussy against them. I usually cut 2 Elves against Rakdos. A brand new standard. Is it really going to change that much? What's the backside of the invasion? It is a 4/3 trample that says whenever you cast a spell, you gain indestructible until end of turn. Or it gains indestructible. I might shave 1 Thrillseeker. So it's just like, again, just another nice threat. It's not like super impactful, but just trample's nice. Body's okay. Jeff, save me. Any 7-card hand that functions against Rakdos, you should keep. Just like having more cards is so important against them. But I think Atraxa Neoform is the best deck. Not even close now. I think Atraxa Neoform is fine, but I don't think it's anywhere close to the best deck. Had the best conversion? Yeah, but small enough sample size. I don't think we should look too much into that. It's a good deck for sure. I also think it's quite good against Boros because Atraxa is massive, and it's the deck that puts Atraxa into play the fastest. Chatting, what color do you want? Pick a color, any color. We'll serve 5 good cards. You want the Bank Bussy? What do I think of Angels? Angels is so weird. I've never been a fan of Angels against Rakdos, so I know people that play Angels think that they're favored against Rakdos, but yellow, white, green, any of the awful ones that don't work on camera. Okay, so this is yellow. We could do like a mix of. We'll go between yellow and green, like a nice lime green. just because it doesn't. It's hard for me to see on the camera. What does it look like to you guys? Like, what color would you describe that as? White. So you can't even tell the color at all. Really? Okay. Perfect. That's exactly what we were going for. Maybe I have to change the color balance on the camera settings. Indistinct pale color? Yeah. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of setting that I can, like... Augusta's been overperforming at Convoke. Oh, Plarg. See, I don't... How is Augusta better than the Leosaur? That's kind of where my head's at. Like, I feel like the Leosaur is probably just better than Plarg if you're going to spend 3 mana on it. Do I think Boros is the best deck? No, Rakdos is still the best deck, and it's not close, but... Boros is a good deck. I guess the toughness kind of matters with Augusta. That's a good point. The mirrors do get kind of weird sometimes. I don't know if anybody's played a Convoke mirror yet, but the mirror matches get really weird. Where, I'm just going to trade here. What ends up happening in the mirror is you both kind of just like... You both do your thing, and neither player wants to attack because they're always worried about the crackback. So the games get really weird in terms of you're just sitting there staring at each other. It's just stare versus stare, and nobody ever wants to attack. Didn't want to hear Rakdos? I mean, it is what it is, right? Rakdos is by far the best deck. 2 cards in hand? How much do I care if they kill this Chariot? Not really, right? I know nobody wants to hear it, but if you're playing in Dallas and you're not sure what to play, you cannot go wrong playing Rakdos. It is by far the best deck. I know nobody wants to hear that, but... Okay. Oh, I agree with you, it is, but... I'm gonna play the Boros deck. I've already locked it in. I just need to work on some numbers and do some tuning this week. But I'm gonna play the Boros deck. I'll attack with Lovestruck Beast first. Worse if they have Stomp. Because they can go make a copy, block with the copy, and then Stomp. They're just gonna let me flip the Invasion? Deal. This also gets to flip the Trespasser back, which is cool. It's weird because, like, I know I keep saying that Rakdos is the best deck, which would lead you to believe that Gruul is probably a good choice because Gruul just shits on Rakdos, but the Gruul deck is just so bad against the Boros deck is the issue. But if you can find a way to fix the Boros matchup from the Gruul side of things, then this could be a really sneaky choice. Because this deck just demolishes Rakdos. Like, look at this game, you know? I'm miles ahead on board, I'm ahead on cards in hand, and, like, it's like, what are they supposed to do, you know? Yeah, Gruul beats Rakdos and nothing else, I agree. I'm just gonna take this. Blazing Volley? I mean, we're playing End the Festivities in the sideboard. I'm not sure that it's enough, though. It's the issue. Honestly, okay, actually, now that I think about it, what do you guys think about Pause for Reflection? Or just Fogs in general against Boros? Is that a good place to be or no? That might be like a legitimate consideration. Maybe that's how you beat Boros, is just Fogs. Probably a good place to start, right? Ensnaring Bridge. Fog plus board wipe. Well, from the Gruul side of things, do you really need a board wipe if you're just killing them the next turn? You know? Like, most of the time, if you buy that one turn, that's all you really need to cross the finish line. So, might not be that bad of an idea. Do boats play Fable? No, they never have. Which I know sounds kind of weird, but I think it kind of makes sense. There's just not a ton of good stuff to copy with Fable in that deck. Alright, good luck. Two different brains are broken. They're going to Extinction Event even. I don't even care. Guess I should draw in response? I don't think there's anything I can hit to get this indestructible, but... We're still miles ahead. Still miles ahead. I guess we'll just go for this, right? Let's go here and then Chariot. Let's go super greedy. I might rather have them kill the Chariot anyways. So we'll go crew here. I could crew the Bankbuster, but if they have double Fatal Push, that's bad, so... I'm just gonna do it this way. Different. Good chance they have a removal spell, but again, I also just don't really care. It's already kind of Jover. Oh, they also have 6 their turn. Easy. Jover. Let's draw a card. Is Moto lagging for anybody else today? It feels like it's kind of bad today. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Power word kill. Word. All right, take 6. This game was over like 4 turns ago. This is a formality at this point. If I knew that I would get paired against Rakdos every single round, I would just play Gruul, but the issue is, like, that's not how Magic works, you know? But if we could find a good plan for Gruul against Boros, then I'd be way more into it. I kind of don't hate the idea of playing Fogs. I think Pause for Reflection is probably the best one, because you can cast it for free. I think Pause is better. Also, when you cast Pause, you get to say Pause Champ, and that's also pretty sick. You gotta remember that. Banned card in Standard, by the way. Banned card. Banned card, chat. Banned card. Literally banned card. Legitimately banned card. You know, I've seen so many people over the past couple of days that, like, have posted their Rakdos sideboard, and all they did was, like, add an extra copy of Ritual of Soot to their sideboard. It's like, fix the Boros matchup. No, you can't do that. That's not how that works. You have to really mean it, especially if you have a bad matchup against it, which Rakdos does. We splash white for Authority. My experience with Authority has actually not been that great, especially when you're on the draw. Well, I mean, I don't know. If you have it on turn 1, player draw, then it's probably fine, but I don't know. It's just like, it's on any other turn but turn 1, it's awful. Spiritu. Just gonna main phase this. Top 4 Narskill, swinging with blue-white, went from 2 to 4 lockdowns to beat it. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the other thing, Cody. It's like you mentioned blue-white control. Blue-white already has a good matchup against Boros, so you don't have to do as much if your matchup is already good. But if you're playing a deck that would have already had a bad matchup against it, you have to compensate a little bit more for that. You know what I mean? I didn't play an Narski this weekend. Not playing a spell here kind of sucks, but I really don't want to get spell quellered. I'm going to try and bait it out first. They're just going to take 1, but... I think I'm going to give them the Lovestruck Beast. It's the one I care the least about. Wow. So I would assume no Queller, because I think if they had it, they would have slammed it. Always have interaction before that. Matchup is certainly not favorite, because I have fail rate people don't talk about. No, I talk about all the time. I know Convoke has a high fail rate. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you in the slightest. But also, Fatal Push is, like, not good against the Convoke deck. And that's your best removal spell. Every single time you cast Fatal Push against Convoke, you're going to be down a card. I think I might go for Chariot here. I could also just pass. Maybe the better play was pre-combat Invasion. Yeah, that probably would have been the better play, is pre-combat this. I'm afraid to play Chariot because they probably have the 2-mana counterspell, given they didn't... Well, no, if they had the 2-mana counterspell, they would have countered the Lovestruck Beast, right? I feel like they would have. I don't know. I'm just going to play Chariot. I don't know if it's right, but... I feel like if they had the 2-mana counterspell, they would have countered Lovestruck last turn, because I tapped out for it. Oh, that makes more sense. They couldn't... No, because they could have cast this last turn. Weird. Right, that I agree. The Burning Tree versions are a lot better against Rakdos, which is why I am a heavy advocate for playing Burning Tree Emissary. I think the non-Burning Tree versions are significantly worse. That is an interesting draw. We're at 13. Good Thrillseeker. Thrillseeker get it countered attack for 6, they go to 7. The only way I can double spell is Invasion plus Bonecrusher. But if I Invasion, I kind of have to attack the Invasion with this, which I don't necessarily want to do. Let's actually Stormseeker instead. Because I think it might be better to sandbag this. Oh, wow. They just didn't have a counterspell? Did they have Rattle Chains and they want to trade for Stormseeker? Is that what this is? I guess that's fine. They have to have chains, right? Oh, I guess they can just trade. Wow, they're not trading? Alright, deal. I guess their plan is to counter my... I don't know. Interesting. I guess if they counter Thrillseeker, then I don't have lethal, because I can't attack with this now. But I know that I was giving up the 1/1 into the Mutavault, but I thought that would be fine if they took 8 damage. Because then this is just lethal. I think Goblin Instigator is better than Forbidden. So I agree with you that Knight finding Instigator is pretty relevant. The only problem I have is that it doesn't make a white creature token, which is very important with your Convoke creatures. Like, if you're not playing the Resolute Reinforcements, I think you have to play Friendship. Like, Burning Tree Emissary versions have to play Friendship because you can cast it off Burning Tree. So, pump here. If I pump here and send, they can double block, but if they double block, I just kill the Queller, cast this, put counters here, and then kill them, right? So, I guess this is fine? So they have to chump block with the Mutavault, I think. Okay, they can double block there. It's not as good. Stock row with Thrillseeker? Kind of, yeah. It's basically just playing Thrillseeker over Boat, for the most part. Okay, so we kill both. This is still lethal next turn, but we are quickly approaching this getting countered means that we're just dead on the crackbacks, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this game went wrong. Maybe I was supposed to Invasion that one turn. Tough game, but I have to assume they were dead. Game gets a lot harder when your opponent draws 3 cards a turn. Yeah, the second Obsession was kind of tough. I think you weren't supposed to ship the 1/1. I just assumed they were going to trade. I'm very shocked that they blocked the 1/1. But I guess if their hand was all Spell Quellers, then it made sense from their perspective. I just didn't think under any circumstance they would ever block that 1/1. But maybe I just didn't read the situation enough. Had major issues with Spirits as Boros. Yeah, Chasm is obviously not good against them, but you have 4 Rending Volleys. I don't think you're that bad against Spirits. And any deck with 4 Volleys should, like... Your matchup gets so much better post-board when you have this card. Do you want to bring in anything else against them? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to shave, like... a Thrillseeker, call it a day. You think Spirits is good against everything, Tonburst, so I don't know how much I can really believe you. I think it's a close matchup. Considered Shrapnel Blast. I don't think you have enough artifacts to turn on Shrapnel, or I guess I should say, I don't think you have enough artifacts to support both Shrapnel Blast and Gleeful Demolition. Sand is not too bad. Put back the second Chariot. Get mono white and boats the hell away from me. Yeah. You actually think the boats matchup is not great? I've had some mixed results from the boat side of things, and I played that matchup a lot. I think it all depends on their configuration too. Like obviously this version not playing boat is going to be a lot worse because boat's like single-handedly your best card against them. How about I just don't cast the Chariot this turn? Because if I cast Chariot, I'm playing into Lofty Denial. I could just cast Bonecrusher. Is that bad? I don't think it's that bad. Just like haste this thing. Don't attack with the elf. Like, what are they supposed to do? Did I brew new Penalar anymore since that stream? I haven't worked on it since the stream, but I think that card is really cool. I haven't messed around with it since the stream that we played with it though. Yeah, I mean the Elf into Stormseeker draws, I agree with you. Those are kind of tough to beat, but like, maybe if they had Skyclave this turn, they'd have a chance. But get 3 Jund Werewolves. What werewolves do you want to play? Stormseeker, Pack Leader, Trespasser. It might just not be worth playing black at that point. Probably better off just being red-green. The black split, the third color is kind of hard. 3-color mana bases in Pioneer are generally not that good. Elf. Elf, elf, elf. See, now that they're on the play, they can lofty denial my turn 2 Stormseeker. I'm still gonna jam it, but can't not jam it. DBZ gifting a sub to Shalafi13. Thank you for the gifted sub, DBZ. Song request you got it, buddy. Thanks again for the gifty. And just play 4 Mana Confluence Forehead. Just play 4. Surely they don't have Spell Queller, right? Surely they don't have Spell Queller. There's no way they have Spell Queller this turn. This is like the you know, this is basically when the Bant version passes with 4 mana up, you're like 5 cards in hand. What could they possibly have, you know? Blue-White version passes with 3 mana up. No way they have Queller. I don't know what those words mean, DBZ, but I'm going to search those words on Spotify and see what comes up, and hopefully it's TOS. Alright, in the queue. Oh, they shocked? Well, we lost. Game's over. Hard to beat these draws, huh? Okay. So they have chains. Your turn. No chains, really. Why'd they shock? I'm not like just totally blind. They did shock that turn, right? Can't win anyways, but have to pretend they have absolutely nothing, because I can't beat a single spell anyways. Nah, you get one or the other. You can't have it all, alright? Can't have everything. Could have played around that. Didn't. Alright, they go to 12. I mean, if they have literally nothing, maybe, but they have to have literally nothing. That does not count as literally nothing. You win. Nope. Sure, we can keep this. No, I'm playing the Boros Convoke deck in Dallas. Hey, yo. When I shave my beard. Oh, yeah, for the sub goal. Can we post deck brews on here? We do, I mean, you can post it. We do deck techs for 2 get the subs or $10. Is it 10 or is it deck tech? I can't remember what it was. Yeah, 10 or 2 gifted. As long as it's not too bad. It's got a good vibe to it. Which Convoke list? Well, we're going to figure that out over the next couple of days, because there's some things that I still need to try. I saw there was the list that did... The best performing list at the LMS had no Bushwhacker and 4 Leosaur. And I know it sounds weird, but I kind of want to try that list out. I don't think it's better, but I think it's worth trying, you know. Forbidna. This matchup is not good. Hasn't crashed due to banning. Oh, Fable? It won't. Because the card sees enough play in Pioneer and Modern that the price on Fable, I don't think it's going to move at all. I mean, again, not a financial advice stream, but I doubt, I would be shocked if the price moved that much. Yeah, Legacy 2. The song is kind of cool. I like it. It's got a different vibe to it. I guess I'll just take 1,000,000. Didn't even draw land. Have to find a land this turn. Okay, that's actually fine, because then I can go Heart's Desire, flip the Invasion, still have 2 blockers, and then we can Akroan War next turn, and hopefully we can buy 2 turns. As long as we can survive to get to the back half of this, might be fine. But Surviving is the issue. Polo G and Gruul. I don't know. I still have Polo G in this playlist. I'm gonna skip it, but a much better song. So they have a Convoke creature, which we can steal. Need them to not find a second. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, chat. Don't say it. Don't say the word. Don't say it. I didn't say it. Hold. Okay, good. I didn't say it. Do they just have it in hand? Well, that's a disaster. Okay. Oh, okay. They just have a second Convoke creature. Which is also really fucking bad. Not technically dead. Which is the best kind of dead. I have to steal the untapped one. I can't even take this, right? Because if I take this, 3 blockers, block this, this, and this. And I'd be taking 2, 4, 7. I guess I could take this and go to 1? Is that better? The only issue with taking the Loxodon is I can't really trade for the Eos, right? I guess I could just chump block the Eos with Loxodon. Could double, I guess. Yeah, I could try to double, maybe. Loxodon? What do you say, like Loxodon? Is that how they say it down in the south? Loxodon? Locks? Locks? Are we having an English class on twitch.tv/Doomwake? I kid. Brackets joke. That's how they say it with an O. Sure about that? Still got a little up here, a little congestion up here, but getting better. Coach Pingu, what do you got? Take a quick look at it. Golgari midrange. Yeah, I've played stuff like this before. Not a big fan of your 5-drops. Like, I think Warchief and Junji are kind of mid. I would try to lower the curve a little bit, but I don't know. It's really hard to justify playing a midrange deck without Fable. And that's my biggest issue. It's like, yes, you're doing a lot of similar things to Rakdos, where you have cheap interaction, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, but you don't have a card that really can compete with Fable. Okay, that's also kind of bad. Slightly more beatable, but... Okay, let's assume we go here. Well, that's not even a profitable block, right? We go here, here. Eat this, trade here. Take 5, go to 3. Eat that, chump, trade. This looks okay, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, go to 3. Next turn, play Chariot, then I would have 4 blockers. I have 4 blockers to their 6 attackers. So then I go to 1, and then all the shit dies. Alright, sounds good to me. Okay, all your shit has to attack. You can play an elf too, which is actually, that extra blocker is massive, because now I don't die to Epic here. Just having that extra creature to block is huge. Huge. Alright, go. But now how do we beat the Adanto? That's actually kind of a problem. It's going to buy them a lot of time. Is it worth investing in a pile of Edgewall Innkeepers in anticipation of Wildspell Drain? I don't know, is the card even worth money? Huge! You're 8-0 against Rakdos midrange. Really? Interesting. That's kind of surprising to hear. Okay, everything coming in. So why don't we go... Put 4-3 on 2-2. 4-4 can chump here. Eat. Trade. Go to 2. Okay, go to 2. And then they lose the token. They lose the token and the Knight Errant to the Chariot. They have Ornithopter, Adanto, and honestly, we're actually killing pretty quickly, so we might be able to, like, outpace the Adanto. Okay, so let this trigger resolve. Actually, as a matter of fact, what if I just attack? I can just attack with everything, right? Hold up Abrade. Cast this. Trigger there. Crew and just shove with everything. Max, thank you so much for the 17 months. Appreciate you, bunny. Hope you're having a good day today. Welcome back. Much love. Thank you for the support. Do I need to leave back 1 token to play around, like, 1-drop Bushwhacker? Because then I would have 2 blockers and an Abrade. So let's assume end step Adanto, untap, 3-bin Bushwhacker. right? That means they would have Thraben, Bushwhacker, Ornithopter, 1/1 attacking, and I would have 2 blockers plus an Abrade, which means I wouldn't die, right? Because then I would just take 1. Yeah, 2 blockers plus Abrade is good enough to beat 1-drop Bushwhacker, unless it's exactly Epicure. Do I play her on Epicure? Like, I don't know, man. I have to leave back 2 cats to play her on Epicure. You can, so it's free. Is it free? I guess I'm still probably killing them next turn, right? Yeah, okay, you're probably right. I'm probably like 100% killing them regardless next turn, so it's probably fine. Here's a thought. What about a Tarkus command in the red-green version of the Bushwhacker deck? Well, yeah, that's like Atarka. People have played Atarka Red in the past. That's not really a new thing, but I don't know if you can afford to splash a Tarkus command in the Boros deck, if that's what you're asking. I think the mana doesn't quite work out. Well, the issue with I put inside I played that literally perfect. I know it's in the deck. I've played a lot of this deck. So the issue with playing Boat plus Thrillseeker is very mana intensive, so this head chat, this brain up here, it's too large. It's just way too large. No way. Did they actually draw Epicure Bushwhacker? There's no way. They discarded Burning Tree, okay. They could draw a second Epicure, I guess. Dodged. So I think I killed the lifelink token end of turn. I don't know if it really matters, but... Show me what I gotta do to let go. Is this lethal? So I go Thrillseeker. It should be, right? Thrillseeker onto the Regisaur, because it has trample. Whew! Did not think I was gonna get out of that one. Jesus. Their draw was nuts, too. Well, I mean, I did say that this deck had a really bad Convoke matchup, but winning that game is really impressive. So, I don't know. Is it more of, like, they kind of bricked off after their big start? Not really, because they had, like, they hit 2 creatures off of their Knight Errant both times. So I don't even think they bricked. I think it's just, like, I don't know. Our draw lined up, I guess. Akroan War also puts in a lot of work. Akroan War is insane in that matchup. Maybe this matchup is better than I think. Honestly, if this deck is good against Boros, I should probably just play Gruul. Like, the fact that you just have main deck 4 sweepers, and you have a shit ton of blockers to buy time, maybe the matchup is not that bad. Because if this deck beats Convoke, this deck beats the piss out of Rakdos, I think it might be a good choice. Anyways, what do we want in this matchup? Yeah, I mean, I would add more End the Festivities to the sideboard, but I'm going to cut these. They're a little bit... I don't want to, like, take a turn off to flip it most times. Was I trimming before? I think I cut the Miglozes for 2 volleys. Let's try that. Well, it's not the fact that I won 1 game, Tonber. It's the fact that I beat, like, the top, 10% of their draws, which not a lot of decks can say that they have a shot at beating some of those draws. Right, that's the point that I'm making. This hand's great. That's the Mono Green Devotion matchup for Gruul. It's close, but Akroan War lifts a lot of weight in that matchup. Yeah, sub-goal should still be Shelly's. I think I have it on there, right? Yeah, chat, by the way, if we get to the sub-goal, I'm going to buy some Shieldrids. And then after the current sub-goal, we have another sub-goal. That's going to be the next Pure Modern tournament, so... If you guys are interested in the Pure Modern tournament, we got to get to this sub-goal first. I think I'll probably call it, like, 600 for the Pure Modern tournament. Do I think Convoke will be more than 10% at Dallas? No. I think the more likely scenario is, like, 7 or 8%, maybe a little bit less. I don't want to end just the Epicures. 0, thank you for the 14. What if I just cast Lovestruck Beast? Is that bad? I'll do it. I don't really care about the 1/1 in this matchup. No Loxodon, no Loxodon, no Loxodon. Please? I'm asking nicely. Oh, they definitely have Loxodon. God damn it. Hopefully it's Ranger. Ranger. Fuck! Every time. And this is why End the Festivities sucks ass against them. Just like, nice sideboard card, idiot. Okay, this ain't it, Chief. We can't play this card. We simply cannot play this card. Gotta be something better. Yeah, I agree with you, Canister. I think End is kind of bad. But like, I don't really think you can play Cinderclasm in your Elvish Mystic Chariot deck, which is kind of awkward. Is there any chance I can win this game? Probably not. I think I have to like make a 3-3 and pass. Go. Does not feel very good. What about Whirler and Status? It's really hard to support Chain Whirl in this deck. Magmatic Chasm. It's not lethal, right? I mean, might as well be lethal, but... Alright, game 3. Mizzy Mortar is way too slow. I mean, if I was going to play a 3-mana sweeper that killed everything, I would just play Cinderclasm. But I don't know if you want to play Cinderclasm in your Elvish Mystic deck. Same thing with Brotherhood's End. Maybe the plan is to, like, shave elves in that matchup, but, like, you also kind of want to be fast, so cutting elves is kind of weird. You know? It's like, there's really no good way around it. Fiery Cannonade, same thing, kills the elves. I don't think there's a one-sided sweeper that costs 3 or less mana. In red-green, that is. No, Savage, the Boros deck does mulligan quite a bit. Like, you basically have to mulligan to a payoff. You can't, by and large, I will not keep most hands, except unless I'm playing against Rakdos, I will not keep most hands that don't have either a Convoke Creature or a Reckless Bushwhacker. Like, you should be mulliganing fairly aggressive with that deck. Like Trickery, it's the same problem as in the Festivities. Ugh. It's a beating. Well, less of a beating now, I guess. Yeah, maybe Ratchet Bomb could be the card. Because Ratchet Bomb doesn't kill your elves. But, like, if they're loading up on a bunch of 1-drops, then Ratchet Bomb's kind of awkward. Like, if they have the start that's, like, 1-drop into Gleeful 1-drop Convoke, you either get the 3 tokens or the 2 1s, right? You're not getting everything, but maybe that's fine. Usually if they have Forge Devil, that means they don't have Festivities. Alright, let's just cast the Stormseeker. This might be too aggressive of an attack, but if they're going to play a Convoke Creature, they're likely not attacking next turn. I don't know if I got Zero sub, but Zero, thank you very much for the 14 months. I appreciate the support. We're approaching our sub goal. Getting there. Feels bad because I'm going to take 5 days off to go to Dallas, but Chandra seems good. The Awakened Inferno. The 6-mana card. Like, you're not saying, I guess you're not saying against this deck, you're just saying in general. But, like, you can't, 6-mana cards against the Boros deck, like, what are we talking about? I can't do that. Let's just fire up the Lair time? I still don't really want to cast... I mean, what if I just stole their Inspector and killed their Forge Devil? I don't know if it's right, but this is the Chad line. This is the ultimate Chad line. No idea if this is right, but... Pause for reflection. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Just like playing a Fog. Could be good. Vortibidna. Okay, all your shit has to attack. I'll never know. I'm just gonna make a big layer. Alright, they won't play anymore. GG's. Alright, I found the Boros deck to struggle into mono green. That's a really weird question, because the answer to that is yes, but, like, looking at the Boros deck, I didn't think it was going to be bad against green, but I have been kind of struggling against them, and I'm not quite sure why. Like, I can't figure it out. Like, on paper, I feel like the Boros deck should be ahead, like, it's just too fast, because it's very similar to, like, the old Atarka red decks, which traditionally also had a good green matchup, but I don't know what the big difference is there, you know? Let's just kill the Harvester, I guess. Oh, they played Urborg. Now I have to click more. Invasion of Gobakon. I haven't been boarding in Invasion against green, but maybe I should. The awkward part about Invasion is it's a lot better against 4-drops, because the typical play pattern is you want to put stuff on the board on turn 2 and then play the Invasion on 3 to flip it. But if you're doing that against green, they can, if they're on the play, they can just play their 3-drop, and you know what I mean? So it's like a little awkward against that setup. Might have been better to play Bonecrusher, because if they have a removal spell, I'd rather have them kill this, I think. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Invasion against green. It's just like the play patterns are kind of awkward with it. Right, that make creatures unable to block. Yeah, we have that card in our Boros sideboard, Magnetic Chasm, which I've added a third copy of to the sideboard for the green matchup. That card only gets you so far. Because I took a damage for no reason. Should have played the Pathway. I thought I was playing Bonecrusher, but it's better to play Lovestruck because it can test the Shield Red. What's up, Russ? Yeah, I think, like, green has a hard time beating Boros's best draws, but if both players have like a somewhat if both players have a somewhat mediocre draw, green's mediocre draws are a lot better than Boros's. I agree with that. What is Fog of War? I don't even know what that is. Tangle. Imagine if we could play Tangle. If only. Alright, your turn. 2G instant, gain a life for each creature on the battlefield, prevent all combat damage that be dealt this turn by creatures power 3 or less. No, I think you're probably better off playing Pause for Reflection. Pause Champ. I think Pause Champ is a much better card, because you can just cast it for 0 mana. Yeah, I think you were the one who suggested Gideon's Sacrifice, and I thought that was a meme, but honestly, like, Gideon's Sacrifice sounds kind of dope. Whoa, 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 whoa. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. For the Boros Mirror, that is. Go to 9. I'm going to end up not attacking with the Elf this turn, but I want to play the Heart's Desire pre-combat in case their plan was to use a removal spell on one of my 1/1s. I'm just going to send both and play 2 more 3-drops. Chance they're killing the Migloz this turn. I don't want to activate Migloz because I'd much rather just play both of these. Only blocking the Lovestruck Beast. Okay. Interesting. I know, tough spot to be playing Elves right now, given that everybody's, overcompensating for the Convoke matchup. Lets you attack and block in the mirror. Yeah, it's like the fact that Gideon's Sacrifice can be good on offense and defense is kind of sick. I kind of like that card. I don't know how many copies I'd play. Maybe like 2. Should there have been some unbans in Pioneer today? Well, they wouldn't do it this close out to the RC, right? They're gonna wait for the RCs to play out. Because I'm fairly certain the next banned and restricted announcement is after all of the RCs have been completed. It's like the second week of August or first week. But yeah. They're gonna wait for the RCs to play out before they consider doing anything to Pioneer. Okay, damage. Go. I don't know about that, Max, but is their last card Fatal Push? That would kind of suck. They just push the untapped Lovestruck Beast. Really? Interesting. Guess their plan is to not attack with Shieldred. Makes sense. 150 cards from LOTR? That's kind of wild. When's the set coming out? That's so much. I have not taken a look at the Neoform Soulflayer deck since we last played it now. Okay, not the best. Only have 7 mana, which means I cannot Gigantha this turn. It's going to be a tough game to win. Need to find a Akroan War pretty quickly. They might just double block one of the Lovestruck Beasts. Yeah. Nine. Could play around Kroxa, but I don't think I have the luxury of playing around anything. Also, if they draw Kroxa, they can just cast it twice. So, basically, have to draw Akroan War, like, within the next 2 draw steps, probably. Or else it's going to be too late. What's up, Doctor of Time? How you doing? I saw you beat the crap out of Spike today on stream. Or no, wait. Were you the one who beat him? I know he, like, played against Convoke 3 or 4 times, but... Okay, yeah. My bad. Well, you beat him game 1, though. He played against so much Convoke today that I lost track of who he beat and who he lost to. Yeah. Akroan War itself might not be enough at this point. Well, you think there's ever a world where they put the Shieldred on one of these idiots? Or on this idiot? I probably have to try for it, right? Not winning this game otherwise. Kind of playing with my hand face up by making this attack, but... I think I've raised the alarm in the non-BT builds. Probably fine. Yeah, like in the non-Burning Tree Emissary versions, I could see it. Might not be that bad. Wait, should I cast the Bonecrusher? Yeah, too late. I was thinking about just putting it onto the battlefield. Do I have lethal? Do I have lethal if I draw Akroan War? They're going to go to 15, 16, take this, 5, 9, 12. I only have 14. Oh, also, I can't cast Akroan War and Stomp because I only have one red source that's not a Karplusan Forest, and I'm going to be at 1. Being Sacrifice stops damage-based board wipes as well. Yeah. No, I saw that. I have 2 red sources. Well, I have 4, but I'm going to 1 this turn is the issue. Oh, you beat the Giganta? Well, I want to attack with Giganta. I don't want to tap Giganta for mana this turn. This thing's going sideways, baby. I mean, I have to draw a Akroan War right now where I literally lose the game, but in the event that I draw a Akroan War, it might have been better to cast the Bonecrusher there. Okay. Alright, Akroan War. Come on, dealer. Akroan War. Edge. Edge. Okay, losing game 1 to Rakdos. That's fine. Anarchid sideboard cards. Trimming. What did we do the last time? We cut 2 Elves and a Thrillseeker. I think that makes sense. This matchup is very good, but the way that you lose to Rakdos is typically Shieldred. Into the Sword. The Sword's not good against them. They have a lot of black creatures to block. They have a lot of black removal spells that don't matter about the sword's protection. Like, imagine spending 5 mana to put a sword on a creature and they just power word kill your thing. It's like, you can't do that kind of shit. Yeah, sword's a bad top deck too. And they have Kolaghan's Command Abrade. Any non-MTG games you've been enjoying lately? I've actually been playing a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! Over the past, couple weeks. Playing some Master Duel. The only card that I need, Vinny, is Mana Confluence. So if you got Mana Confluences, because I went to 3 LGSs and none of them had them. I was willing to pay money for them, but they just don't have them. And I refuse to buy them off TCG Player. TCG Player I don't want to buy from, and all of the other online dealers were also sold out, so they're just impossible to find. Sand has the classic pathway problem. This one's okay. We can keep this. Put back a Abrade, probably. Why not TCG Player? I mean, they had the whole fucking union thing going on. I don't know, it's just not a company that I want to support anymore. You have a Mana Confluences you can borrow? I think Vinny's got me. I think I'm not too worried about being able to borrow them. But I appreciate the offer, thank you. So the really nice thing about doing Invasion put it to 3 is this will flip it next turn. I'm going to get greedy and take the second Akroan War. I know I might miss a land drop, but maybe that's a little too greedy. Mana Confluences are for the Boros deck. No, please, if I can avoid it, please no foils. I really don't want to play foils. Okay, good sequence. Getting to flip this on 3 is kind of nice. So we go haste this, and you cast this bad boy. It's a good turn 3. I don't know, man. This card seems pretty powerful to me. It's a lot better than I initially thought it was. Card's been relatively impressive. It does get Fatal Push without Revolt, which is kind of annoying, but okay, Druid Land, which is nice. I mean, if they have a 2-mana removal spell, they're going to kill this and not this anyways. Casting this is slightly better if their only removal spell is Fatal Push. Because if I cast this, I can't attack with the Lovestruck Beast, but I still think that's fine. Because I want to save this in case they play a Fable or something. Guess they might just have Extinction Event. Every single card in the 75 was a different art promo version. Oh no, I hate that stuff. My cards have to match. That stuff is so annoying to me. I cannot stand that stuff. Did have Fatal Push, unfortunate, but still think I like my line. CK has Near Mid at 55 and EX at 47. CK Card Kingdom. I was looking on cool stuff. I don't think I checked Card Kingdom. Yeah, I know. If they play like a white bordered plains on turn 1 and a black bordered plains on turn 2, I'm just like, what are we doing here? What's going on? What's going on here? What are we doing? Alright, your turn. Let's get a Shieldred. Oh, I revealed Akroan War. That's, I guess, another downside of hitting this off of the invasion is now they know I have it. So they're just never going to cast a Shieldred. But, I mean, I guess that's good if they're never casting their best card. Okay. Well, now I'm going to cast the Fable. Maybe they don't play on the second one. Oh. Never mind. New plan. Sucks that I don't have another mana to pick up Gigantha, but... Yeah, Cool Stuff is a really cool loyalty program. I know Spike's sponsored by them. So yeah, I used... I personally used code SPIKE when I went to checkout. And to alter your Mystery Shadows and Castle Locksmane to make sure they were different. Oh, no. Couldn't you have just gotten, like, a foil regular, a non-foil regular, and then an extended art or something? Yeah, you can use code DIVEDOWN to check out for 8% off your NRG order. Speaking of Dive Down, I recorded an episode last night. We talked a lot about the Boros deck, so if anybody is interested in playing the Boros deck, check that episode out. I think it goes out to patrons on Wednesday, and then it goes out to the public on Thursday, so... No, it's out on Wednesday. Spoiler? It's like the pre-watch thing. I just pre-watched the episode. Wait, Shane got it out already? Oh, wow, I didn't know it was out that quick. Jesus. We just recorded it last night. How did Shane get it out already? God damn. Shane's the machine. Alright, take 4. Talk about energy results. Maybe. I've already given too much information. I already leaked. I don't want to leak more. Steal the tokens they play Shieldred. I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. I go to combat first. See if they want to kill the Bonecrusher. It might just be better to pick up Gigantha this turn. Because I can go pick up Gigantha and play Elf. I think I like that better. Like, honestly, the Clothis kind of puts them in a spot where I think they're going to have to cast Shieldred anyways, right? What's up, Just Guy? I have to withdraw my Patreon support since Doom leaked all the content? Shit. My bad. I won't do it again, I promise. Still a little congested, but my throat doesn't hurt anymore, and I'm not really coughing that much, so... Definitely a lot better than I was last week. Yeah, if you want to fix that command, that'd be nice. You even handle your dice different? Oh my god. You're killing me, Pingu. Killing me. I'm going to target my own Bonecrusher so that they can't target it with Trespasser. They have 4 cards. I mean, there's no way they don't have Shieldred, right? Maybe I'll steal Reflection, and that'll bait them into casting Shieldred. I could just cast Gigantha, though. It's kind of dicey to cast Gigantha, though, because if they just have Bloodtithe Harvester, then they get to keep the Reflections, so... Yeah, let's cast the Akroan War. Let's do it this way. Take the Reflection. Play the land. I mean, they're at 5, and I have a Clothis in play, so... They're not in a great spot. Sleep time. My life total is, like, high enough where I can take a hit or two, but I do have to be a little bit careful of my own life total. Thank you, TP. Yeah, I'm basically an honorary Rhino Boy at this point. Dave said he would get me a Rhino Boy shirt, which is dope. Their shirts are really sick. Beat the cycle. What's up, Fabio? Fabio. Rhino Boys. I mean, surely they have Shieldred, right? There's no way they don't have it. They've just been waiting for me to cast my Akroan War. The question is, do they think I have a second one? I guess, follow-up question, can they play around a second one? Because I'm just beating up a Clothis anyways. What's the best way to beat Rakdos, or is it deck dependent? It varies by deck to deck. There are some decks that try to go under it. There are some decks that try to go over it. Like, good example, Boros trying to go under, Enigmatic trying to go over the top. Like, I guess that my best advice for playing against Rakdos is you can't really fight like the mid-range 1-for-1 head-to-head battle against them because their deck is just the best at doing that stuff. So the only real, like, the way that you beat them is either super, like, the linear ends of the spectrum, either super low to the ground or super over the top, right? Okay, we're crewing the Bussy. We could just probably take 4, right? Blue-white kind of 1-for-1s them. Yeah, but they also go over the top with stuff like Deluge and Teferi, you know what I mean? So, like, yes, they kind of 1-for-1, but they also do go over the top quite a bit. Targeting Harvester is good if they have Trespasser, but bad if they have Takenuma here, so I guess I'll play her on Takenuma. How much devotion we have? 1. This does not count for devotion, correct? I feel like I've had this question come up several times. Which, it wouldn't matter anyways, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't turn on 6, 7. I guess if I play Akroan War and Migloz, I could turn on Klothys, but they probably have a removal spell anyways. Let's just, like, play Gigantha, I guess. Like, what are they gonna do? Go? I don't know. Klothys is telling me my devotion. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it doesn't count it. Yeah. Migloz copy elf. There's really no point in trying to attack with Klothys here because they have 4 cards in their hand. They obviously have a removal spell. So I don't think there's really any point in trying to do that. Yeah, stealing Reflection with Akroan War is nice because it always dies as long as you have something to target. I guess if they Fatal Push my elf end of turn, I won't have a target to copy with Reflection, which would be kind of funny. D. Lev with the song request in the queue. Yeah, if they had killed Elf. I guess they can still kill Elf on their turn, right? Because it'll die in the turn. Extinction Event. They're still losing the race by a mile, right? Actually, not by a mile. Because they can hit me for 6. Actually, they hit me for 8. Wait. Are we losing the race? We might be. Maybe I was supposed to play Migloz and kill the Bankbuster last turn. I think that maybe would have been a better play instead of playing Gigantha. Oh, right. These are both going to die next turn. That's a good point. And I could just kill this next turn. And I'm going to gain 2 life. But I think it would have been a lot safer to just play Migloz last turn and kill the Bankbuster. Because then there's like no chance I get raced at that point. Surely they're not going to play Shieldred and use the Shieldred to crew the Bankbuster, right? 4, 9... Because then they would lose the Shieldred, right? If you played Migloz, then you wouldn't have Klothys anymore. No, I would have played Migloz instead of Gigantha, and I would have had 6 devotion. So this wouldn't have been online. So we go to 4, then back up to 6, play these 2 die, and we play Migloz and kill this. Okay, well they're dead if they don't have a removal spell. Oh, we lose to Bonecrusher, I guess. We do lose to Bonecrusher. No, the backside of Fable does not count for devotion. We had this discussion. Surely they didn't tank this long on... Surely they didn't tank this long when they had Stomp the whole time, right? Oh, man, that was funny. That was funny. Surely they wouldn't tank that long if they had Stomp the whole time. Alright, 3-2 prediction. Hero. Matchup is also not great. They're not going to ban Fable. Stop. They're not going to ban Fable. And Pioneer, of course. It's already kept by in Standard, but they're not going to ban it in Pioneer. Surely they don't have a second counterspell. Or any way to kill my Stormseeker. Second 2-mana colorless vehicle that draws cards has been banned in Standard. You think they would have learned their lesson by now? Alright, this might be a dumb question, but what card do you think was better in its respective Standard format? Bankbuster or Copter? Only standard. That's all we're talking about is standard, not Pioneer, not Modern, any of that stuff. Just what card was better in its own standard format. Probably Copter, right? Yeah. It's not really that close. That guy, stop trying to unban Copter. I'm just a simple man, you know? I want what I want. Copter was kind of busted, yeah. I mean, I know they have Verdict, but, like, look at my hand. I have to play something. Sure. Well, they don't have Verdict. Definitely do not have Verdict. Yeah, Crew 1's a hell of a drug. Let's bait out the Emperor to try and resolve Chariot. Deal. Also, if they target this with the ability, I'm just going to kill the Emperor. Then we'll post-combat play Miggy. Miggy. The Miglussy. Remember early Pioneer when they had Mono Black Aggro play and Night Market Lookout with... Yeah, I do remember that. That was hot. The Night Market Lookout. That was so sick. Night Market Lookout, folks. Night Market Lookout. Now Miguel. Yeah, how could you kill Miguel? Miguel... I don't know if it's just me, but Moto seems to be lagging a ton today. Is anybody else having that issue? I hope it's not my computer. Damn it. Didge. Legitimately Didge. Oh, really? Well, I guess not Didge. They probably have second Teferi if they're doing this. Maybe. Yeah, I guess that's probably maybe not just a today thing. I feel like they wouldn't make that play without a second Teferi, right? Boseiju mod check? Unfortunately, that is not a Boseiju. This list does have two Boseijus. Field of Ruin the Mutavault. Okay. Could have killed the Tef if they plussed. Well, I was thinking that, like, maybe they had, oh yeah, the combo. I was thinking maybe they had another way to answer the stupid thing after I went, you know what I mean? If they, like, kill it in combat, then I can sack it to deal 3 to Teferi, but it doesn't die. You know what I mean? Okay, second Chariot. Keep... Which one just came into play? Keep this one. Make tokens. I mean, they only have one card in their hand. This game is definitely winnable. They just brick for a couple turns. Higher upside to talk? Yeah, that's fair. It is higher upside, I agree. Maybe they have second lockdown. I mean, there are some spells we can beat. We beat that one. That's a spell I can beat. That is, in fact, a spell I can beat. Wait, they drew a spell, though. You said I couldn't beat a spell. I could maybe not play the Bonecrusher, but I think I just need to, like... I just need to shove, shove, shove. And honestly, this means they go to 6, right? 2, 4... Yeah, they go to 6. Which I guess would not be lethal with Gigantha Crew Chariot if they have Verdict, but... Dude, it is so laggy. Does the newest stat token say token creature on type line? It does say token creature. It does, in fact, say token. Any tokens in chat? To believe me. Yeah, this is an Oko situation. That is green. It is also green, to be fair. You think we would have... You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. If they just made a 4/4 and drew a card, I probably would have lost that game. Maybe. I don't know. It's tough to say. Yeah. I think I probably would have lost. People just can't resist it, you know? It's legitimately just a meme at this point. They can't resist it. Jeff is, in fact, a Chad. This hand's really good. I agree. Hardcasting Typhoon, not the best when you're out of spells. Not recommended. Not recommended. Is Rakdos Sack on my radar at all? It's weird because I think that deck has a reasonable... What am I playing here? Like Thrillseeker, I think. I want to commit my weakest threat first. I think that Rakdos Sack has a decent Boros matchup, but the problem is I think a lot of people are going to play green, and it's really hard for Rakdos Sack to beat green in my experience. Oh, I guess I should have cut the Akroan Wars, yeah. I forgot that this card was in my deck. Well, I could play Mystic Bankbuster and lose to Lockdown. Probably losing to Lockdown anyways. The nice thing about taking this line is if they have the Lockdown, we could just go to game 3. Tree mana is Cycling Typhoon, which means... Oh, they have March. Okay. Not terrible. I don't mind casting a 4-drop on this turn, because this is their Wandering Emperor turn, so... I'm not going to attack with the Elf. Is mono green hard for sack mostly because of Karn? Yeah, the issue... So the problem with the mono green matchup is because of exactly Karn, it's really hard to get into a spot where you can like actually maneuver a lethal attack, because most of your ways to lethal involve... Holy shit. Most of your ways to lethal involve like doing a bunch of stuff with ovens and sacking random tokens with Mayhem Devil, and Karn just shuts off all that stuff is the issue. Well, it's, I guess a good thing I kept in these Akroan Wars, huh, chat? Shout out to the people who wanted to cut Akroan War. Shout out to the people that wanted to cut Akroan War. Easily rewarded. Oh my god, it pumps the Chariot tokens? Yo, I did not even realize that. Yo, that's so sick. I didn't even know that. Nice sideboard card. Get the fuck out of here. Nice sideboard card. This one's got to go to Twitter. This one's got to go to Twitter. Yeah, we finally made Esika's Chariot playable. I mean, they're going to wrath me, but whatever. Never mind, they're not going to wrath me. What if I just splash Regal Caracal? What do you guys think about that? Is that a good plan? Is this lethal? 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 18 plus Stomp? Am I one short? Oh, but I can tap an elf, right? So we go Stomp here. I think I have Exexies. I think I did my math correctly. Yeah, it's Exexies. 17, baby. 17, baby. Oh, I guess the Thrillseeker would have been lethal too, yeah. Sure. Could have Voldaren the cap. Probably should have. Oh no. They have a spell? Not like this. Uh-oh. Ooh, they did the F6 check. The classic F6 check. Love it. They jebaited me. The ultimate jebait. Alright, they died anyways, but... See, we clearly sideboarded correctly the whole time, you know? Yeah, against Blue-Eye Control, I didn't bring out Akroan War on purpose. I knew they were going to have the Regal Caracal. You just have to have that read, you know? This is what happened. This is how you become a much better player. You just forget to sideboard, and it's just 100% correct, you know? We knew all along. I'm just too smart. Kiora, the Crashing Wave. Okay, word. I forget the sideboard, who cares? Just has my best card in the matchup. Yeah, I mean, unironically, it might not be that bad to keep in a couple of copies, because, like, especially post-board, they have Baneslayers. Well, the versions that don't have, Kahira usually have Baneslayers and the Boonbringer Valkyrie, and the versions that do have Kahira have Brimaz and Regal Caracal, so it's honestly probably fine to keep in a couple of copies anyways. Yeah. Cool. Well, that was Gruul. I don't know, deck felt fine. I was a pretty big fan of this card. No, I think 2 is probably the right number. You don't want to overload on them, because, again, your best starts involve Elf into 3-drops, and this doesn't fit in that curve all the time, but it's good in the games where your Elf dies, and you, like, curve this into, like, a Stormseeker. So that's kind of cool. I was pretty impressed with Thrillseeker, although 4 might be too many. I could see cutting to 3 copies and maybe playing, like, a second Abrade, something along those lines. Like the Lovestrucks, everything else pretty good. Love 4 Akroan Wars, think that's a good choice. Yeah, I don't know. Deck felt pretty good. I didn't miss the boats too much, which is nice. All right, I think we should pivot to some scales. You guys want to play some scales? Let me restart the client real quick. Y'all want to...